Hello, my name is Victoria Voigt, and we are at the News Roundup with the chairman of the National Broadcasting Council, Maciej Świrski. Welcome to the studio.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Here we are discussing the conference, Warsaw Summit, Anti-Disinformation Conference that just happened in Warsaw. What can we say about it?
It was a very important conference, in my point of view, but I think all participants, this conference was very important. In the end of the conference, the last words of our Lithuanian guest, he said, at last we are not alone. And this is the quintessence of this conference, because we are making a community of national audiovisual regulators. This is important because and this time we were alone each other, because Russian disinformation aggression against Poland, Lithuania, Romania, Hungary, Estonia, also Latvia, and Ukraine, of course. It was a horrible thing for us because we were alone, and we have to deal with this disinformation activities of Russia alone. And after this conference, we will deal with this together. The first of all, and the first news of this is that we will sign together the information about new narrations of Russia against our countries and against the free world. For example, Russian disinformation, not very people knows it, that Russian disinformation is the big spectrum of active measures. Active measures in Russian is aktywne мероприятия. It means that they are using free press and freedom of speech against our freedom.
That's right.
And because that we have to deal with this together, to expose these activities of this Russian disinformation.
Not to mention the troll farms.
Troll farms, of course. For example, Pryghozin, the late Pryghozin, his main activity was not ČVK, this military mercenaries, but troll farms and information aggression against, for example, Poland. And Putin said in the beginning of this war that the next step, the next target for him is the Poland. And because that we have to weaponize ourselves in to the common defense as audiovisual regulators.
That's right. Would you say Poland and Polish people are the best Russian trolls detectors online? Because we are seeing that we have a lot of warning signs here, not globally, but in Poland it's very present.
Yeah, I think this is our Polish vigilante mentality. For example, Reduta Dobrego Imienia, in Polish, the name of my foundation.
Put the translation.
My foundation, which I established 12 years ago. Now I'm aside of this because I'm the chairman of National Broadcasting Council. But Reduta is working all the time. And this is, for example, anti-disinformation foundation, anti-disinformation body. Because, for example, accusation Poland as a perpetrators of Holocaust or Polish concentration camps, this is also disinformation on the political history area. But this is, of course, disinformation which is Russia using against Poland to alienate Poland in the NATO. Because Article 5 of NATO treaty is purely political. If the societies of Western Europe, Canada and the United States will be convinced that Poland are Holocaust perpetrators, Polish people were Holocaust perpetrators, their sympathy for Poland will be decreased, and the politicians will be reluctant to help us during the I think not be this aggression. Could be, and this reluctancy of Western politicians will be for us suicidal, because that we have to fighting for a Polish good name.
And we do have a variety of tools to spread misinformation, and sometimes we don't even know we're the perpetrators ourselves by not fact checking what we see. What would you address to younger internet users on that matter?
Yeah, the first thing is for younger people, of course, for adults also, but for youngsters, is to be very careful what are you reading or watching, and where is the source? Who is the author of this information, film, movie, TikTok films, and so, because they are using. They have tools, Russians and China also. They have tools again, especially for manipulate younger people. They're using the psychological tools to addict young people to addict from their disinformation, and because that the first thing is to check who is the author of this information.
For that, we need education, media literacy.
Media literacy, media education, and this is very important. In Poland right now, we are improving in the schools the media literacy programs. And this is the first steps, because the whole world is changing during the last 20 years, because internet was the main source of information for young people.
Yes.
The television and the radio is marginal, and because but school is also is in the old way of teaching using the books, not smartphones, and so on. So
you touched, Mr. Chairman, on the YouTube, and we're having the incredible accusations against the YouTube creators, and it touches our youngest. And how would you warn them against this? Because I'm seeing an aureola effect around this a lot.
We have this influencer scandal today,
Yes.
and Mr. Wardenga made a good job. Not only that he is a huge amount of
And he's not a
subscribers
journalist.
and he's a journalist, but also the scandalous behavior of some influencers, showing us the pathology of this environment. As the chairman of Polish National Broadcasting Council, I have the ability to register those people in my catalog, because this is the law of registering the YouTube creators if they earn money on their creations.
Of course.
And I checked today that the main names of the scandalous affair, and only two of them, or one of them, was registered in my catalog. What does it mean? That not only the scandalous behavior, but also not...
it's very complex.
And it's very complex thing, but not only the behavior, but also not respect the law. And we know what's going on in this area. I think they are very young, these people, 22 years, or 24, I don't know. Yeah. But, they earn money for this, and for this, their popularity came from their audience, which is very young. And the example for the younger people, their audience, is badly, and because that we have to react on this.
So we would call them bad influencers.
Bad influencers, yes. It could be.
What would you say about the declaration, and why is it important that you took an action against that cyber war we're experiencing?
The declaration is the very important act, because this is the declaration of collaboration together of regulators. It is the first time in history to this declaration of this very close collaboration.
Of which countries could we
It is the Lithuania. Declaration was signed by Poland, Ukraine, Romania, and Lithuania.
So a lot of countries from Visegrad.
And Latvia. On the conference was also the representative of Estonia and Hungary, but they were not ready to sign the declaration, because there are there are law, there are no represent the special branch of their governments of this kind of declarations, because that they were present but not
eligible,
not legible, and because that we signed this declaration in this area without those two countries, but they are in our works. They are not separate for this.
Isn't it sad that we have to unify in such circumstances? Like,
no, this is not.
But we are good at this, Paul.
I think this is a big success of this conference and big success of the National Broadcasting Council, and maybe my personally, because I invented this and make the job of talking with these regulators about the necessary to be together, because our Eastern European, Central and Eastern European matters are completely another kind of Western European. For example, the meaning of word disinformation for Western European regulators is completely another meaning. It has completely another meaning.
We have our local challenges.
Yes, we have not only local problems, but we have another meaning. We have another meaning of word disinformation. For example, in France, saying some few words of truth about the effects of illegal immigration on the Paris streets, for example. This few words of truth is the disinformation for
hate
French.
Speech.
Or hate speech. Or hate speech. For us, disinformation is a special coordinated operations of Russian intelligence against our societies.
And very sophisticated.
And very sophisticated. Yeah, this is sophisticated. You are right. Yeah. Sophisticated activities of Russian intelligence against our societies. For example, to make to break the society cohesion, or to make
interfering with elections.
Interfering with elections, of course. We are a few days before the election, and this is the issue, not the truth about something.
As a direct threat.
An imminent threat. Clear and imminent threat, as Americans saying.
I'm glad we have a common enemy, because there are a lot of countries that have to fight that same enemy, also Western countries. And it's a global issue, disinformation, and I assume we can both agree. So just to finish it up, in few words, how would you sum up the situation, regulatory disinformation combat?
Few words. So, everybody in Poland should be vigilant to combat disinformation on each level, from the government or constitutional bodies like ours, journalists, audience, because this is as you said, imminent and clear threat for our independence and independence of our information sphere, but also the independence of the country.
Democracy.
And democracy. And this is, to be vigilant is our obligation.
Of course. We're all obliged on the individual.
Obliged, yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm Polish too. So thank you for watching us. If you have any questions, please send them in the comments. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman. It was a pleasure.